Yes. It's Wednesday Night Lives with Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside. And happy April 14th to all. It's April 15th for some. Yes. And we're going to talk about where the planets are real quick and how those placements might be affecting you, because they could be affecting you. I know I've been affected, and I wonder how many other people have been affected. So let's just get right into it, okay? Because I'm not showing my face. This is the most you're getting out of me tonight, okay? I'm just keeping it real because I am in hiding. I had an amazing day, even though I stayed in hiding all day. And I'm going to tell that story in a minute. But first, let's talk about the planets. The sun is at 25 degrees and 26 minutes of Aries. Now, that wouldn't be so bad normally, except, and it's really not that bad now because it's in an exact sextile with Mars on one side and Jupiter on the other. I mean, it's flanked in goodness. Okay. So the sun is really protected. It really is. And Mercury is also in Aries with the sun. And, we just had that trifecta with Mercury, the sun, the moon. They were all conjunct. And it was just, okay. And I got to cut to the chase. I can't even hold back anymore. So on that new moon, which was what, the 12th? Seems like forever ago because it was so painful. I think it started the 11th and we really felt it on the 12th. So the 11th and 12th. I don't know if anyone has any 11th and 12th stories to share. I would more than love to hear them. I love the comments whenever I get them. But for me, I mean, it was a painful 11th and 12th. I cried a lot and I spent a lot of time alone, but I know why that occurred for me. Now, I don't know why it might occur for other people, but I'm a double Capricorn. And so it was all squares. I mean, the squares to my Capricorn ascendant and sun was just ridiculous. Right? So the fact that I did anything, like I got out of bed, okay, that was major to get out of bed. And on top of that, all those squares. And I'm going to tell my square story in a minute. But on top of all of that, I'm coming out of that Saturn return. It's just about a degree off of an exact conjunction with my Saturn in Aquarius right now. And so it has not been at all the best, I would say 30 days for Capricorntigress. I've been doing my best. But, Saturn is the taskmaster, and it's there to remind us of what we screwed up, what we don't have right. I mean, I don't need anyone else telling me how imperfect I am at this time of my life because Saturn is doing it on a daily basis. It's like you didn't work hard enough. You didn't finish that project. You didn't, Saturn is like dad in the back of your head telling you what you need to do better because you better do it. Well, I'm not going to say it like dad would say it. Like, you better get your behind up. You know what I mean? That's Saturn. And I feel it in my knees, in my legs. Oh my gosh. Saturn in Aquarius rolls the legs. I was born with Saturn in Aquarius, and yes, I'm about to tell a Saturn in Aquarius story, but it rolls the legs. And I was in a wheelchair for 7 years because I dislocated both my knees. How Saturn in the first house is that? And I'm a double Capricorn. Now, here's the crazy thing. When Pluto got into Capricorn, I literally willed myself to walk again. It's been 7 years and I'm still walking. I hadn't walked for 7 years. I had been in a wheelchair. So that, first of all, that's Pluto transformation. And I'm really proud I took advantage of that transformation, but also, just dealing with all of that. Now, why did I bring up Pluto and the transformation? Because it's an exact square with the sun in Aries right now. The sun is at 25 degrees of Aries. Pluto in Capricorn is at 26 degrees and 46 minutes of Capricorn. And that Aries sun will make an exact square to that Pluto in Capricorn. Now, how could that possibly play out? Let's see. Pluto in Capricorn can be power. I mean, Pluto is power no matter where it is, right? But if you're a Capricorn or if it's sitting in your first house, it could indicate some kind of power that you possess. Maybe you're not even aware of your power. I'm saying this because I have Pluto transiting my first house right now. And I am becoming more aware of whatever this power is. It's power. It's an internal power. It's not even anything that you exude or mean to exude. I'm going to give you an example. I was in a group setting and I had someone that came back and said that they could feel like my vibe in the group was like they could feel my vibe or something. And I'm thinking, well, hell yeah, I got Pluto in the first house. I mean, come on here. Plus, I have progressed Aries ascendant, progress. So all of this was happening in my first house. I actually had a situation where I had a meltdown and I went and I called someone and I was in tears and, I texted them and I kind of exposed the weak side of myself. Let me tell you, my reaction from what happened, I will never expose that part of myself to anyone else again. Oh no. I thought I was in a situation where I could share the innermost part of myself. Those painful parts that we all keep inside. But when I did, I either didn't do it right or it didn't come out right or whatever. And I'm telling you right now, I'm never going to go and share myself with those people like that again. I might go and say hi and be friendly. I mean, I realize now we're acquaintances, and Aquarius rules acquaintances. The whole thing that I think I started feeling pain over was, I thought I was making friendships. I wasn't. I was making acquaintances. And that is Saturn in Aquarius. Oh my gosh. And I just had that experience. And it was painful because I thought I was making friends. So it's a really strange experience. I can't put it into words, but it's very real to me because I've been thinking it over, like, what happened? What just happened? And I thought, I overstepped the boundaries. I'm obviously way too emotional, and I am. I have my moon in Taurus. And like I said, I've got the stellium of everything going on in my natal and progress first house. Plus, anybody with that many planets in their first house is me oriented. I talked about the me orientation, like when it was the new moon, like, let it out, be yourself, talk about yourself. That's okay. And, but I think that we live in a society where we've been taught or trained that really don't talk about yourself. And I can't do that right now. I've got to be true to myself, even if it means I stand out like a sore thumb and I'm doing everything backwards, different than anybody else in the world. It doesn't matter, because the only thing that matters, especially with Jupiter at 25 degrees of Aquarius, actually exactly sextile the sun in Aries. Both of them, by the way, in my first house, the sun in my progress first house and Jupiter in my natal first house. So anyone that's like trying to change me, mold me, make me different, take me away from my individuality, or do anything like that with me is going to get a brick wall. And that's exactly what happened. I am my own individual me. And I think I'm still developing and discovering me. So I need to be left alone to do that. And I think when you see that much, and by the way, I'm talking about myself, but this really applies to anybody who has stelliums in the first house. I've talked to several people who have come to me for professional readings, and they have stelliums in and around the first house. When you got these stelliums in the first house, you are supposed to be working on you, the expression of you, not that one, not this project, not that, you, only you. The more focused you are on you and the reality of what's going on with you and being in the here and now with you, the better things are going to be. But if you start getting pulled off and listening to other voices and going, I mean, I can tell you, I might have come off, I mean, I'm so honest. So I was really, expressing my reality, but I got so pulled off of my own game. And I have to realize I'm already on my game. My game is on point. It is. I mean, I wish I could say otherwise, but it's not. It's, there's a saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And there's certain things that shouldn't be touched because they're in optimal position. So yeah. So look, some people out there could be going through this. I know I'm not alone in this. I'm talking about it from myself, but that's because, all the planets in my first house. It's even hard for me to just go into a third person right now. You know what I mean? So, but if you're going through anything like this, where you just felt something like since, I would say, from the 10th or 11th up until now. Some people really felt that, like it might have felt like tension or stress, or it might have, especially if they're Capricorns or Libras or Cancer, it might have just felt like stress, like extra stress, or just extra action or extra activity, or maybe it all depends on where it fell for you. For me, it's coinciding between the 11th and 1st and 3rd houses, because Aries is on my natural 3rd house. In Seattle, Aquarius is in my 3rd house, but they're both, Aries is in my 1st house progressed, and Aquarius is in my 1st house natally. And anyway, it's a long story, but I knew it was going to be about communications. Now, let's talk about the upside, because Jupiter is in Aquarius, and it is sextile the sun exactly. So there's an upside. So you might say, okay, what's the upside? Because, the sun is exactly square Pluto at 26 degrees of Capricorn. And I said that was power, right? And I mentioned that earlier. So earlier today, I had a meeting, and that meeting was going to be about implementing some type of AI system or email system or some type of new platform that I wanted to get in place for my other business, which is Get Me a Real Job. And yes, I'm a double Capricorn. There are always multiple businesses. So I had started talking with this person, and in fact, they had called me because I was running late, and I'm still working on my intentions and getting things done intentionally. And so when he called me, I was like, oh yeah, I remember you. I'm going to get on the Zoom. So I jumped on the Zoom. We started talking, and right away, I felt a connection with the person. We just really had a great conversation. I found out that he had married someone who, I believe he said she was Samoan, or she was from the Pacific Islands. That's where, but she was brown, he said. She was like my color. And so he was telling me about how they met and their children, and how he was in Arizona, but he's in New Zealand, because of COVID, and New Zealand has less COVID. And so we were talking, and I was telling him about my business and my pains and my woes and my ups and my downs. And one of the things I had mentioned was about my website, Get Me a Real Job, which is one of the top phrases in Google searches. And we both agreed that I'm probably missing out on billions of dollars. And I had told him Well, it used to be a much more robust website, but after moving here, and I'm not licensed with SHRM, and my daughter's thinking about getting licensed with SHRM, I went through the whole 9 yards. Anyway, turns out this guy is some, multi-billionaire guy or whatever. And he actually was the owner of the company that I had investigated. And they were looking at doing, they have already started something with techies, the gig guys, the guys who are always doing gigs here and gigs there and gigs here. And there's a lot of work for these gigs, okay? And they had figured out a way to kind of, I don't want to say cut out the HR people, but anyway, they had this concept, and the concepts worked. They bought in like 1 million people already. And he started talking to me about how to implement what we could do. It might get me a real job. And I realized I was in the presence of greatness. And at that moment, I thought, oh my gosh. I mean, it's one of those situations where just because I was open and friendly and talking and sharing my story, someone who could possibly help me get this really truly funded and off the ground and integrated with other $1 million companies was right there and willing to work with me. And I'm thinking, how did that happen? Well, that is a couple of things. First of all, the moon was in Taurus, and I have my moon in Taurus. I was born with it. It's in my 4th house, but the moon or Taurus rules the 2nd house of money. And so it was there, and Venus is now in Taurus right now at 0 degrees of Taurus. And that sextile my because it's basically like being at 29 degrees of Aries, right? So it's actually trine my Mars in the 7th house. And I think that partnership or reaching out in a big way, that it happened naturally. So some things like that happen where action. Remember, Aries is action, but squares are always action. And sometimes it's inspired action because we had Mercury and the Sun together, and there's sextile Mars in Gemini. So, it was the communication that led to a good connection with someone who could really help change my future. And that is the beauty of what's been going on with these planets. There's always an upside, right? So right now we are looking at Venus is going to be moving toward Uranus. And that is something I'm not happy about. That's the one thing it's at 0 degrees. It's wide right now. We're not really feeling it, but over the course of the next few weeks, love is going to go a little crazy, I think. Could possibly affect some people. Also, be careful of aggressive communication. I think for me, with the Sun and Mercury both being in Aries, and then we got Chiron in Aries, and then we had that new moon in Aries. I think I was just emotional. It was a new moon on the Sun and Mercury, and I just blabbered out all my feelings to the wrong person. And things like that happen. We all make those kind of faux pas in life, right? That's normal. So let's see. We've got Uranus. Okay, we talked about that. Neptune's at 21 degrees of Pisces. That's not really making any aspects to anything. And I talked about Pluto. North Node is at 11 degrees of Gemini, and that is it's trine Saturn. So I've talked about that. It's about learning that new thing, doing what you're supposed to do in order to learn what we're supposed to learn. So that's beautiful. So you guys, I pretty much have finished where the planets are. I'm done with the planets and talking about all my personal stuff. But I was going to come talk because that's what I do. I always run my mouth and talk about stuff. But, you know, I have to say this. I don't know if you can tell or not, but my natural exuberance is not at its highest because, well, I'm having a Saturn return. So if I don't seem as, I don't know, jovial and happy and bubbly and fun and all those other things, that's probably why. Saturn will do that. It will do that. Not to mention all of the self-doubt that comes from having Chiron sitting on your progressed ascendant. And I am filled with self-doubt. I always wonder, like, when people listen to me or see me, I mean, I can understand, I don't know, but I always wonder, do they think I have, I don't know. I'm racked with feelings of inferiority and self-doubt. I have always been. I've got Saturn in the first house by birth. And I'm a double Capricorn. They're always racked with feelings of inferiority and doubt. Even though they end up becoming, you know, usually great. It's just part of it. And I hear people talk about having all this confidence and all this, and I attempt it, but I'm still humble. I'm still humble. So anyway, let's go ahead and start with Aries because it's still Aries season. I'm only going to pull 5 cards because I ran my mouth too much. And I'm not going to sit up here and run my mouth anymore. I've just spilled all my beans because I spill my beans. And that's the other thing. It's one thing to have the sun on the ascendant by birth. It's another thing to also have Aries progressed ascendant. So there is absolutely zero guile in me. I know people don't get it. And this is where all the problem comes in, because I show them everything. Everything you saw is it. There's nothing else behind it. There's no guile behind it. There's no extra, and I feel like when I show people who I am, they think they're good. There's something else behind it. Well, no. That's it. Right? That's it. There is nothing else. And I have tried my darndest to deal with the reality that some people don't get that. But it is what it is, right? So you're going to get a full pick of Aries because, well, it's Aries season. So I'm going to do, all the cards for you. Let's see. Did I get all 5? You get one more. Give me one more. Hold on. So one more for Aries. Let's see here. One more for Aries. Oh, wow. That's a turnaround. Wow. Okay, let's get started for Aries right here, okay? Aries, it really starts out crazy. You have the 3 of Swords. 3 of Swords as the first card. And I'm thinking, oh my. But then there was the Knight of Staffs, which tells me that whatever you've been through, whoever stabbed you in the heart, Aries, let you down and maybe broke your heart, you're going to be able to move away from that. You're moving away from that. I see Vanita S out there. Hello, Vanita. She said, hey, hello, Adrian. Hello, Vanita. But Aries, I just want you to know, if you've been stabbed in the heart, if you've been let down, third-partied, you're moving away from that and whatever pain that caused you. I think you might have a decision to make, and it could be about loyalty. And because you got the 2 of Swords, and that's that loyalty card. It talks about making that decision, having that choice to make. And next is the 8, or the Strength card, I should say. It's an 8 card. But the Strength card usually indicates passion or lust as well as strength. And so there could be some energy being expended here, passion towards something. Here's the 5 of Coins, maybe towards worry over money. Oh my gosh, Aries, what have you been going through? Between the stabbing in the heart, the decision, the emotional decision, worried over the money. And here's the world card. Some Aries might really be moving. I mean, this is travel, the potential for it. I think you're just moving away from all of whatever has been going on that did not serve you, Aries. You're letting it go. And here's the Magician, the one card, Aries. I think, yeah, that you've got all the tools you need, Aries, to be successful and to pull out of whatever you have been going through. And next is the Ten of Staves, indicating you have been through something. You've been working hard towards something. And some Aries might be thinking, I've worked so hard. I put in so much work. When am I going to get my reward? Well, this is it. Here's the Ace of Cups coming. This is you getting emotional fulfillment. I feel it coming. It's on its way to you. It is Aries season, so take advantage of it. And next is the Four of Staves. This is you getting your emotional fulfillment. I don't know what that three of swords was in the beginning, but it ends on the Four of Staves. You're going to celebrate at the end. Okay, so let go of that pain, whatever it is. Don't hold on to it. Move away from it. You've got everything here in place to help you move away from this pain, whatever you had to endure. Yeah, look at that. So there were no doubles in this reading, no hidden messages, but there was the Ace of Cups. And that tells me that you've got this emotional fulfillment. And I'm going to read the three major arcana backwards. Look, it was the Magician. You've got all the tools you need to win. You can win this. And then there's the World. You're moving away. The world is your oyster, basically, Aries, because it's Aries season. So remember that and know that you can move from whatever is not serving you now, whatever is painful now, because that's your strength. You're in your power now. So take advantage of that. This is your time of power. So we're going to be moving on to the very next sign, and that is the sign of Taurus. We've got that Taurus moon that we've been dealing with. So let's see. And now we've got Venus in Taurus, right? And so don't forget, you guys, Venus in Taurus can make some of us gain some weight. I'm worried about it because I got the moon in Taurus and I've been so greedy lately. So watch your weight, people, because that is exactly what the moon in Taurus does. I read a book once by Deborah Kempton Smith, one of my favorite astrologers, and she said that the moon in Taurus is actually a baked potato. Baked, most likely with sour cream. A baked potato. Okay, so let's see what we're going to tell the sign of Taurus. Taurus, let's see, Divine Spirit, show me clearly that special message for the sign of Taurus. What are we sharing with the sign of Taurus? Oh, this is all over. Let's see. Show me clearly. What are we sharing with Taurus? Show me. It went all over, but nothing popped out. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. So there's something here. We got 2 cards for Taurus. Okay, what else do we have for Taurus? Let's see. I'm going to pull just a few for Taurus because it's not quite yet Taurus season, but I'll pull enough to know. Okay, how's that? All right. So this is where we're at, Taurus. You had the Magician and the Judgment crossing the Magician. You know, the Magician tells me you've got all the tools at your disposal, all the tools you need to win. But the Judgment tells me that you're at the end of something. Something's ending. Like this is going to be the final decision about something. I don't know exactly what it is. But it is going to be the final judgment. And here's the 6 of coins, which indicates that you give. The more you give, the more you get. So especially when it comes to money. So make sure you give to get. And then there's the 4 cups. And so weird because the 4 cups, one of my favorite cards, he just looks like he's upset that he only has 4 cups. Like he's looking at the 3 cups and he just looks like he's angry he only has 4 cups. So maybe you're upset that you only have 4 cups and you want more. Remember what it said, give to get. The more you give, Taurus, the more you get. And next was the 6 of cups. Some Tauruses might be looking back on your past thinking, wow, I was so happy back then, or I had so much money back then, or we were really living good back then, or something like that. But the King of Swords comes out and says, cut that out. And think, use your mind. Stop thinking about the past. Think about the future. The King of Swords is usually a Gemini mind. Maybe some of you Tauruses have Gemini rising or Gemini moon or something like that. But it's intelligence. It's using your mind, being wise. Stop thinking about the past. On the bottom of the deck was the High Priestess. So maybe it's about using your higher mind, your intuition, and moving away from the past and the things that aren't serving you anymore, so that you can, thinking clearly. So that's my advice for Taurus. Think clearly, Taurus. Okay? Much love and light to you. So I'm going to be moving on to the next sign, which is the sign of Gemini. Gemmies. Let's see what we're going to tell the sign of Gemini. And if anyone wants a reading, I will, I'll put one in there or sneak one in if I can. So just let me know if you got a question, whatever that question is, and I will answer said question, okay? But you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it after Gemini. I'll do it after Gemini. I'll put in a commercial. I have my little commercials. So let's see what we're telling the sign of Gemini. Let's see what we're telling Gemini. Show me clearly the special message for Gemini. There's a couple right here. Let's see, Gemini, show me clearly that message for Gemini. And you guys, whoever is watching, thank you for watching and listening, even though I'm incognito because Mama didn't want to get dressed tonight. That's just the way it is. So let's see. This is what we got for Gemini. Gemini, it starts out so beautiful. You start out with the Wheel of Fortune. I love the Wheel of Fortune. It's one of my favorite cards. It's because it's like the show. It's like getting a lotto card, a scratchy card. And you won bingo. You're going to win something. You just don't know what it is. And it go around that wheel. It could land on anything. It could be travel. It could be money. It could be love. It could be something you really desired. Whatever it is, it was the Five of Swords that was crossing it. And this tells me that you might have been in a battle. There might have been something going on, but it's over now because you got the Wheel of Fortune. And you're going to be learning something new. You got the Three of Coins next. This is learning a new skill, a new way of doing things. Just put down those swords. That battle is over. It might be a mental battle too. When I see the Five of Swords, I always say put down the swords, the battle's over. But sometimes it's the mental battle. It's the mental thoughts that you're fighting. So I think the Three of Coins, learning the new skill, putting your mind on a new subject, improving your mind. I think that's going to really help. And here's the Seven of Cups. You've got lots of options, lots of choices to get your emotional fulfillment. And I think, Gemini, you're actually reaching out for your emotional fulfillment. It might just be reaching out for money because it ends on the King of Coins. And you could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Taurus or a Virgo. But I think this is about you landing on getting your money. With the Three of Coins here and the King of Coins here and the Wheel of Fortune, I'm like, go get a lotto card. My goodness, Gemini. Play the lotto. Okay. Good luck to you. Because that just looks like money to me. I don't know. And learning a new skill. You might have a new job. Maybe that's what it is. That could be what it is. Learning something new. Or learning something new online, like a new way of making money online or something like that. Benita said, woo, Gemini, we'll take it. Yes, everybody wants to make more money. That's beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and share this little commercial because everyone needs a commercial. So let's see that one. Let me see what it's doing. Let's see. What's this song? Always this long, slow. Really? I want to cry. I don't know why my song sounds so sad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you know what's so sad about that? Like, if someone was really sad and say their man left them or their woman left them, and they hear that song and that commercial, it is not going to be. It's not going to help. Okay, let's put on something a little bit happier than that. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm only laughing because when I make these videos, I swear that song sounded like it was just a hinge bit faster and not so solemn. But listening to it tonight, it was so solemn. And that's just so sad if someone contacts me and they're in tears or whatnot. That's what they get is that. Oh, no, no, no. We can't have that happen. Let's put on some party music. I will party, okay? Let's keep it real. I got Jupiter going through my first house. So, yeah, it's all about the party. So we're going to move on to the next sign. And it is the beautiful, emotional, crabby sign of Cancer. We love you, Cancer. So we're going to see what Divine Spirit wants to share with Cancer. Wow, a bunch of cards popped out. Wow. Okay. Let's get one more. And it popped right over. What was that? What a message. Craziness. Like those 5 cards were meant for you, Cancer. I barely did anything and they were just in my hand. First card was the Star. The Star. I love the Star card because it is a card that indicates that as long as you pour out your emotions, like you might have been through something, Cancer. There's no doubt about it. You might be getting out of a relationship or someone might have left you or you might have lost your house or I don't know. It's something emotional. You've been through something emotional. Maybe problems with the kids. I don't know. Whatever it is, pour out those emotions. Don't hold it in. Let it out. The more you let those emotions out, the better and faster you're going to heal. And the sun will shine on you. And before you know it, you'll be good as new. You got the 7 of Cups. So I think Cancers are reaching for their emotional fulfillment. And definitely do so. Go for what you want right now. And here's the Queen of Cups, Cancer. There you go. So especially if you're a female, Cancer, I think this is about you reaching out to get your emotional fulfillment. And I see the 4 of Swords next. I think some Cancers are in their heads. They're really thinking some heavy thoughts, maybe even feeling like you've been left alone or isolated or let down or something. But look, it ends on the 9 of Coins. This is you getting victory. This is you winning. But there is caution here. Like, don't get too into yourself and conceited that you're winning, because then it can cause like jealousies and stuff like that. So be careful of that, okay? And on the bottom of the deck was the High Priestess. So just use your intuition. And then I saw the 9 of Cups. There we go again. But yeah, use your intuition. Use your intuition. And remember, don't get too into yourself because it'll come back to haunt you, okay? So we're going to move on to the next one, which is the wonderful sign of Leo. Leo. Let's see what we're going to tell the beautiful sign of Leo. What are we telling Leo? Let's see. Divine Spirit, show me what to share with Leo. I love that was the first card for Leo. Beautiful. Let's see what else we have for the sign of Leo. I've been seeing the same cards and I am shuffling. It's so weird when I see that. Oh, Leo, it starts out with the 4 of Staffs for you. So I think that whatever you've been through or going through, it's all going to end with, your emotional happiness. This is like joy, happiness in your home and feeling fulfilled in your home. And here's the 3 of Staffs also. The Three of Staves is courage. Have courage. Look forward to your future. Something good's coming. Seven of Cups, you reaching for that emotional fulfillment. And the High Priestess, you using your intuition, higher mind, and inner voice, your inner knowledge to get what you want and to get to that emotional fulfillment. I think you might be coming out of something. There's a Ten of Swords here. So either you've had a situation where someone might have, let you down and stabbed you in the back. You felt like you were hurt deeply when I see the Ten of Swords. It could be physical pain even. But whatever that is, Leo, it ends on the Ace of Cups. It starts on the Four of Staves and it ends on the Ace of Cups. You're going to have your emotional fulfillment. There's no doubt about it. No matter what anyone puts you through, no matter what you have to endure, have courage. Use your higher mind with the High Priestess here. And if you do get that stabbed in the back, someone let you down, just know you're going to have your emotional fulfillment and pick yourself right back up, okay? Don't let it get you down, Leo, okay? Much love and light to you, Leo. So let's move on to the next. The next is the sign of Virgo. And as you guys can tell, I'm going quick tonight. I'm going very quickly. By the way, if you're on Facebook, if you want to get a message to me, you have to get StreamYard approved on Facebook. I believe it is. So make sure you do that. And that way I can see your messages. Okay. All right. So we're moving on to the sign of Virgo. Let's see. Divine Spirits, show me clearly what we're telling the wonderful sign of Virgo. What are we sharing with Virgo? Show me what we're sharing with Virgo. What are we sharing with Virgo? I thought I saw something fly away and there was nothing there. That was weird. What are we sharing with Virgo? Virgo. Oh, wow. I can't believe that came out for Virgo. So amazing. Okay. First card is the Strength card, Virgo. You're another one that's having, this is passion, something you're passionate about. Whatever it is, stay passionate about it because it's your strength. And next was the Temperance card. I think you might be weighing out your options, your choices. You're testing the waters. You're trying to make sure everything's just right, that everything's working correctly. And here's the Two of Swords next, indicating that you've got this choice to make about loyalty and a decision to make about loyalty. So it could be an emotional decision. And look, next card was the Empress. Virgo, there you are, the Empress showing up in your own reading. And this really embodies the emotions of all the queens. This is such a creative female. If you're a female, this is you starting something new, being creative, maybe even having children or getting pregnant, that kind of creativity. But it's just beginning something new and starting something new and being creative and doing this new thing. And here is the Knight of Cups after this. This could be a creative way for some Virgos to make an emotional offer, or maybe Virgo, you've got an emotional offer coming to you and it's the Knight of Cups. So whatever offer is coming, it's going to be too good to say no to. You're not going to want to say no. It's too good to say no. So whatever that is, you'll feel that like this is just too good to walk away from because it's really what it is that you want. And so if it's what you want, then go for what you want. Okay. That's really important. Okay. So I think sometimes we forget that. And Virgo, I hope you don't do that. So we're going to be moving on to the very next sign, which is the sign of Libra. And we're going to see what we're going to be telling the wonderful, beautiful sign of Libra. Let's see what I've got to tell Libra here. And sorry about all the noises. That's the crystals on my desk. And I've got a small desk, and when I do the cards, they sometimes rub up against them and they make a lot of noise. So let's see, Libra. It's funny. Sometimes I come to do these shows, and I don't have very much energy. But then by the time I get going, I feel like I've got so much energy, and I love that. Maybe it's because I'm stepping outside of my own bubble and reaching out to other people, and that somehow helps, to do that. So let's see what we're telling the sign of I said Aries, didn't I? It's Libra, the opposite of Aries. Libra. So the first card, Libra, is the Lovers. And I love that it's the Lovers. First of all, that's normally like, I think, a Leo or Taurus card. But the Lovers, to me, I always think of Libra because they're known as the partnership sign, the signs that naturally rules relationships and partnerships of all kinds, and marriage even. And next we have the Page of Coins. And let me just pull this off of here. Just realized I didn't have my little face up there. The Page of Coins. This could be that you're getting in some kind of communication, a text, an email, something about money. It could be. And next, Libra, is the Queen of Staves. Perhaps you're dealing with an Aries, a Sag, or a Leo, but it could just be that, you're friendly if you're female, or you're dealing with a very friendly and like a leadership type of female. Five of Coins showed up, and then Five of Cups, 2 5s. And I feel like you might have just had a bad day. I mean, this is Five of Coins is worrying about money. Five of Cups is just being, in your drink, just worried in general. But the 2 5s together is just like there'll be days like that. You know what I mean? And like I said, we just came out of that new moon in Aries. I really think it affected a lot of people that way. Just really low vibes because it was that kind of moon. So look, it ends on the Queen of Cups. So I do believe that you have the ability to get your emotions together. I think this could be love emotion since it started on the Lovers. And, maybe this is why you've been in your, not feeling that great, because maybe it has something to do with love. But look, you had 2 queens and 2 5s. 2 queens tells me that you're going to get some help from women. And 2 5s tells me that, this was probably just a bad experience. So let's let it go and move on, because I think you got something better coming your way. Okay, Libra? Much love and light to you, Libra. I hope this resonated. And may this week get better as we pull away from whatever occurred with all of that Aries, because that really probably affected some Libras. And I just saw Hill Reserve Bling Vault by Cassandra. Say hello, Cassandra. Hello, King. So we're going to be moving on to the next sign, which is the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio. Let's see what we're telling some Scorpios. What are we telling Scorpio? Divine Spirit, show me clearly what we're telling the sign of Scorpio. What are we telling the sign of Scorpio? Scorpio. Oh, that popped out of my hand. Wow, Scorpio, you too? Edu, Brutus, edu. I'm in shock. I'm not happy. Oh. Well, Scorpio. So look, you have the 2 of Cups. This could be about partnerships, relationships. That is the partnership card. That's a relationship card. So this Scorpio could all be about relationships. But I feel like you have the 4 of Swords here. You've been in your head about it. Maybe feeling down about it. Maybe feeling isolated about it. And I'm just going to say something. I don't want to interrupt Scorpio, and I'll tell her in a minute. But look, you had the 4 of Swords, and then you had the 4 of Cups. Right back to back. So you've been feeling a little something here, maybe with this relationship or this love, maybe wondering where it is. 5 of Coins, wondering if there's, where's this love at? Maybe you've been dealing with a Taurus, because right after the 5 of Coins is the Hierophant. And a Hierophant is an indication of relationships, partnerships, marriage, commitment, a traditional relationship, doing the right thing, being committed to each other. Maybe you want that and you haven't gotten it. Maybe you're with a Taurus, he's not moving. I don't know. But you got the Page of Cups. It ends on it. So if this is about the 2 of Cups or a relationship, I think you're going to get that emotional communication at the end. And maybe that communication is going to be about you getting into the relationship you want, Scorpio, okay? Or getting that marriage together or that commitment, whatever it is. Good luck, Scorpio. Good luck. So I was looking and I just saw Hill Reserve Bling Vault out there ask, have you done Virgo? I missed it. You just missed it. Hill Reserve Bling Vault by Cassandra. Just by a few signs, but don't worry. As soon as I'm almost done, and I'm going to go in on YouTube. I'm going to timestamp these, and then you'll be able to find them by the timestamp and your sign, okay? So I'm moving on to the next sign, which is the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Let's see what we're going to tell the beautiful sign of Sagittarius. Yes. Let's see. Divine Spirit, show me clearly the special message for the sign of Sagittarius. Show me what we're sharing with Sagittarius. Oh my gosh, I could not make that up. Oh my goodness, Sagittarius. Saggy is coming in strong this week. Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness. I should not even keep pulling, but I got nosy. Okay, look, Saggy. First card, Page of Cups. I think you've got an offer coming in, Sagittarius. I think it's an emotional offer. It could be coming in by text. It could be coming in by email. It could be a phone call. It could be snail mail. Somebody's contacting you in an emotional way. I don't know if it's someone from your past, because here next was the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is the card that indicates that you're looking back at your past. Sometimes when I see the Six of Cups, I think it's someone looking back at their past thinking, oh, what I had before is better than what I've got now. Or what I had before is better than what is coming, ahead for me. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Next was the King of Staves, Sagittarius. There you go, King of Staves, right there in your reading. And I thought King of Staves, Sagittarius, and bam, right next to it was Queen of Staves. This is a relationship. One of my favorite pairings in all of tarot is the Queen and King of Staves. That is a pair that really looks good together. They get along together. They're active. They're in love with each other. They're passionate with each other. I don't know if you got this, but you started with the Page of Cups. I don't know if you're making the emotional offer or if someone's making it to you. But if you got it on your heart to do so, this is the time to do it and move away from the past with the Knight of Staves coming up next. Move away from the past. If you've been waiting for an ex, let it go. And here's the Death card. Yep. Let it go. Move on to your future. Let that go. Unless, of course, you're dealing with a Scorpio, then it's the Scorpio. But look, I see the Seven of Coins. I pulled extra cards because I was nosy. And I think that some Saggies might even be juggling. That's what that Seven of Coins is. It could just be that you've got some offers, to make money or to whatever it is you want. And at the bottom of the deck was the Knight of Cups. So yours started with the Page of Cups. The bottom of the deck had the Knight of Cups. There is an emotional offer. I believe it. I don't know if it's coming from you or coming to you, but I think you're moving away from whatever's been holding you back with the Knight of Staves, Sarah, that moving away and traveling. And I love that you had the King and Queen of Staves. I think you're about to find your perfect partner if you don't already have them. Isn't that beautiful? I would love that. And I just saw two queens in a row. I'm just going to say even though you didn't get it in your reading, if necessary, turn to some females, your female friends. They'll help you. They will help you get it together. So I'm going to take one more break because I need to take a sip of my liquids, but also because I love that I got this beautiful testimonial and I shared it the other day. I'm going to share it again. Okay. Much love to you guys. Want you to see this, and I'll be right back with the next sign, which is Capricorn.
I just wanted to say, Adrienne is a godsend and is one of the most beautiful people with the most beautiful soul that I've ever met. And she isn't just an astrologer because she has the gift. She's an astrologer because she wants to use her gift to help others and genuinely cares about other people. And when you're choosing someone that does your readings, you want someone that gives a damn about you as a person, not just as someone that's, not just as a paying client. And you more than get that with Adrienne. Like I said, I had a situation, a reading with her yesterday, which yesterday would have been the 6th. I had a meeting with her yesterday, and practically everything that she told me then happened like less than 24 hours later. So you definitely want to be connected to someone that has that is that intuitive and is that real. So now I don't want to take up too much of everyone's time. I just wanted to say Adrienne is great, and I'm so very grateful for having her and for having found her, and you will not regret at any point. You will not regret using Capricorntigress, having Capricorntigress as your astrologer. Thank you for listening. Have a good
Hello, I'm back, you ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience with me tonight. I'm going to move on to the very next sign, which is the sign of Capricorn. And I'm a double Capricorn. I've been waiting to see what the cards wanted to tell Capricorn all night. I've been holding it in because I'm kind of nosy and I just want to know, like, what are you telling us? What are you going to let us know, Divine Spirit? Oh my goodness, Queen of Coins on the top of the deck. I love it. So Divine Spirit, show me clearly the special message for the beautiful sign of Capricorn. What are we telling that wonderful sign of Capricorn? Capricorns. Tell me, what are we sharing with Cappy? Oh, Capricorn. Wow, you're another one. Really, Capricorn? What? Okay, I see what's going on. I had to be nosy. I just had to. So look, it starts with the Knight of Coins. You're another one, Capricorn. I think that you've got some offers coming in. But in your case, I believe it's offers about money. It's offers about work. It's offers about some new way of doing things. Whatever it is, I think, have integrity, have fortitude with the 7 of Staves. Like, I think you can win, but you have to have integrity, even though you know you can win. Here's the Queen of Cups. I think you might be in your emotions, or you might be dealing with someone in emotions. You might just be an emotional female right now, and that's okay. Accepting that, it could just be something to do with the emotions you feel in your heart, because the next card was the 2 of Cups. And this is the relationship card. So maybe you've got some emotions when it comes to your relationships. And, that could be, maybe it has something to do with communications in your relationships. I don't know if you're having emotional communication in your relationships or not communicating. The Page of Coins is really talking more. Maybe you're talking to another Capricorn or a Virgo or Taurus, maybe, or texting them or emailing them. Or you're communicating in some way about maybe money. I think you've got decisions, you've got choices, 7 of Swords. You've been thinking about these choices and decisions. I think you've been looking at the past with the 6 of Cups, looking back at what was, maybe trying to create what was. And that could be a problem. Here's the Page of Staves. Whatever it is, I think you've got some new creative ways of doing things coming in. Don't get stuck on what you did in the past. Maybe what you did in the past is not what is going to be serving you in your future because it ends on the 8 of coins. And I always think of the 8 of coins as the Capricorn card. It's learning a new skill. It's learning a new way to make the money. And Capricorn, you've got that opportunity. So I hope you take advantage of this opportunity. It is there for you. You had 2 sevens in this reading, telling me that God, the angels, your guardian angel, they're watching over you. That's beautiful. You also had 2 pages. So it could be that there's young people involved. You might have to train some young people. I had the 8 of cups on the bottom of the deck, though, which tells me that if you're not having your needs met, if someone's not serving your highest needs, if they're not putting you first, like in a relationship, you've got to walk away from that. You can't let someone not, if you're not happy or you're not being treated well, then you know what to do. I don't have to say anything. I mean, if your heart's already told you, you know what to do, Capricorn. Capricorns know what to do. But I think this is really about you getting the offer about the money. I really do think this is about the money, Capricorn. I think Capricorn's got money coming, and that's beautiful. A new way of making money, a new way of earning a living, a new way of doing things, a new creativity. Don't be stuck. You're not trapped in whatever you've done or whoever you are. You've got the ability to grow and to do new things. So, take advantage of that. It's a wonderful, wonderful ability is to start anew. It's a gift to be able to start something new and just try again. I mean, if you didn't do it right the first time, right? Try again. So we're doing Aquarius. And Aquarius, I can't believe that came out because I haven't seen them, I don't think, all night or maybe once. But that's definitely your card, I think. So what a beautiful little reading for Aquarius. Real quick reading here for Aquarius. It starts on the Page of Staves. You're another one, Aquarius. I think that you've got some new ideas, some new creative ways of doing things that are going to lead to your success. Maybe you've got you're going to start something new, maybe new education or schooling, maybe a new way of making money with the 9 of coins here. You might have got an offer to make money even, but here's a new way of doing things. And here's the King of Swords. This is intellect. This is mind. This is learning. And the King of Staffs right next to it. I mean, you could be cutting something off, some King of Swords is usually Gemini, Aries, Aquarius. There you are, right? Your card, or Libra. But I think it's probably just you in your reading. And here's the King of Staffs right next to it. And you could be dealing with a Aries, a Sag, or a Leo. But when I see 2 kings, it tells me that you're going to get executive help in your career. So if you're not happy in your career, just know that people in a position of power could come in and help you get what you want. And next I see the 3 of Staffs. That's telling you to have courage. On the bottom of the deck was the Lover's card. Maybe it's about having courage and making a decision about love. Who knows? That's amazing. And good luck. I hope you do get that career advice from those executives, that career help, right? So we're about to move on to the last sign of the night, and I really need to do that because I suddenly realize I'm sweating profusely, but I feel chilly. So that means I probably got a fever, right? Doesn't it? Like literally sweat is rolling down my back. And I'm like, why? I feel cold. Oh, that's cold sweats. What does cold sweats mean? Does anyone know what cold sweats mean? Anyway, I'm going to move on to the sign of Pisces. The sign of Pisces. Let's see what we're telling Pisces. And I want to thank anyone who's, been with me tonight. Thank you for sitting in with me tonight. It's not been my strongest night. Like I said in the beginning, got a lot of squares and things going on, but I came anyway because that's how I roll. So let's see what we're telling the last sign of Pisces. Divine Spirit, show me clearly that special message for the sign of Pisces. And I do want to thank anyone who has sat in with me because it's literally almost, 2 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. So let's see here. Sign of Pisces. Show me clearly. Sign of Pisces. I am shocked by the amount of sweat going down my back. I really am. Like, I've run and not have this much sweat. Okay, so here we go. I see the Tower. Some Pisces might be dealing with a Scorpio because the Tower card can be a Scorpio. So it might be dealing with a Scorpio, but it could just be that something is ending, Pisces. Something is ending so you can get a new beginning. And I see the Seven of Coins next. This tells me that you could be juggling, holding, doing a lot of different things, maybe working a couple of jobs, working at a couple of different ways of bringing in money or coins. And there's the Page of Staves. I think however you've been doing it, the Page of Staves indicates that you could have a new way of doing it, new ideas, new creativity. I think you've been thinking about this and maybe even feeling a little isolated with the Four of Swords. That's really being in your head. And next was the King of Swords. That's really mental. So I think some Pisces have been thinking a lot, just really in their head about things and just mulling things over and maybe not feeling secure in themselves or feeling like they got their sure footing, because don't forget Neptune is in Pisces, right? And it ends on the Hangman. That is you thinking. That's Virgo, basically. So it could have something to do with a Virgo, Pisces. That is your natural partner. But I think it could just be taking time to pray, meditate, to think things over. Take time for you. Do some self-healing. Take care of yourself, Virgo. Not Virgo. Pisces. Okay. I'm telling you, some Pisces are probably dealing with Virgo. Okay. So this has been my readings tonight. I can't believe I did it. And I did it in just a little over an hour. I'm proud of myself. And now I'm going to go and take some Theraflu because I got the cold sweats. I poured out my heart, told all my business, did the readings. It's been a blast. Much love and light to you. Special thanks to Vanita S. and Hill Reserve Bling for showing up. And anyone else who has been out there that I didn't see, much love, much light, many blessings to you all. Yes, I loved it. All right. Uh-huh. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. It's been my pleasure, y'all. Many blessings. Ooh, I almost forgot. I almost forgot something really important. I'm so glad I sat and danced before I left. So you guys, I'm going to be changing up the format of the YouTube channel. I'm not changing all of it. I promise I will at least come once a week and still do free readings because I know how much you guys love to get the readings, but we are moving more into an interview format. And in fact, I've got interviews scheduled, podcast guests coming all the way up to August. I mean, they're really scheduled. Okay. So this is going down. Our format is changing. And I'm just doing this so that you have more meat and potatoes coming your way, more guests with more skills and more gifts and more modalities and learning more people who can help you. And so it'll be more of a, more than just me, because I feel like I've been carrying this channel for 4 years, and it's time for me to add more meat and potatoes so that you get more value. Okay. Because I want the listener to feel that they got value out of this. So anyway, I wanted to share this because this is what's in the works, and that's the inside tip. Okay. All right. I'm going to party on out like I was doing. And then I'm really going to go this time. Okay. Okay. Bye.